Betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great plunder war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak the decline of great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worship them. Of this an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king. Greetings and welcome to Die Drug and Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, season 4, episode 22. I'm your demon host Marty, joined by Adam and Mark right now. I think Ahmed is dealing with some unruly children. Let me unmute the mics. The mics are now hot like peppers.
Sounds like that sriracha spell I just
took. Right. Some sort of adobo salsa hot. That's what happens when you get 12 hours of sleep. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
We're doing all right. The air conditioning is good. The outside is hot. The inside is cold. It's a good thing.
Yes.
My wife stole my peanut butter cookie, and I'm very displeased about this. Actually, this is
this is cause for silent treatment.
this is yeah, this is, I don't know what to do. I mean, I was told that I had 3 cookies, and then I came downstairs and I had a cookie and a half, and then later I came down and I had a cookie and a little bit from like 2 different cookies. I don't know, man.
Well, half of what's yours is hers.
What you do? Just you go up and you snap her toothbrush in half. And you take the bottom half. But you can still brush your teeth. You ask you what the fuck. Thing not fun having your chip broken, is it?
We are streaming, Ahmed, on mics.
On mics. Shit.
You had something planned, didn't you?
Should have given me.
Well, Ahmed's universe is tilted to the side right now. Like,
yeah. No, I got a huge lazy boy. Not a lazy boy, sorry, a huge
couch
beanbag.
Okay.
Oh, beanbag chair? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sitting on this thing. I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Maybe you shouldn't sit on it then.
Get out of the
warm heads up. I'm gonna get rid of this couch behind me, so until then.
You need a seat that's just all nails.
You know,
anybody want a couch that looks like that?
It's a nice big sectional. I don't know why you're getting rid of that. It's a beautiful couch.
Oh, because my wife wants me to. Pick your battles, baby.
You know what you do? Same advice too. You throw out some of her stuff and say, "How do you like it?"
That'd be a great change. Right.
Mark, marriage counseling 101. I am of in the eye for eye category of marriages.
I got fed up with the our silverware drawer. I'm getting old. Yeah, because I got angry at the silverware drawer. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I went to like Bed Bath & Beyond, and I bought a fancy ass, nice looking, like, screw you, I'm spending $300 fucking bucks on silverware, new liners, everything. I took the drawer out, I dumped the thing in a bucket.
Lycanthropes beware.
No, stainless steel all the way, baby.
That's the way to go.
So you were tired of the hodgepodge of like silverware that you
then
had,
you're like,
right?
oh shit.
My silverware is the same shit I had from like college. So
yeah, you have the Christmas plates, man.
I still have the Christmas plates. The Christmas plates go on the bottom, and when I reach the Christmas plates, that's time to do the dishes. Which is like pushing a few buttons on the dishwasher. But
so here's the thing. We had like 4 different sets of silverware, 5 different sets of silverware. I don't know where the fuck the forks go, because I've got like 30 spoons and fucking 4 forks in the house. It's just like, no, I don't buy more sets of silverware just to put more spoons in the goddamn. I don't need any more spoons. I need a fucking fork. I need a fork. It's all gone. Yeah,
Here's what I recommend. You just buy paper plates and plastic utensils. That'll get you through a long time.
In the single household, that definitely was a viable option.
That's what I did for the longest time.
Mark, environmentally friendly marriage counseling 101.
You said paper plates.
Yeah, that's
Paper
true.
plates are recyclable.
Yeah.
I'm certain Mark uses a reusable straw with the little pipe cleaner thingy.
Hey, you want to see my pipe cleaner thingy? I'll go get it.
I actually bought a little stainless steel straw thing. Not that I
Yeah.
use straws very often, but like
Yeah, I don't.
once in a
I
blue
just-
moon.
This beanbag's gonna fucking break my back.
All right,
This is not the ideal plan.
so
Almonds on the
Reverting
floor.
back.
Yeah, probably the right.
A beanbag is not how you deal with a bad back, Ahmed.
yep.
No.
That is the opposite of what you want. You want a old-ass wooden rocking chair. If you imagine an old man sitting in it, that's the one you want.
Yeah, we get real cranky real soon like this.
Partridge Farms, remember?
Perfect
You
time
know,
to
like, rocking back.
Rocking back and forth with the one pillow that is in the exact right spot. He knows what he's doing.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so we are switching back to the Conclave, which we haven't played in math hard, like something like 17, 18 games.
So months.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of doing a recap of what happened last game, which has really nothing to do with these other characters at this point, we're going back to Vatapol. We're going back in time about
Here's what
4
happened
weeks.
19 games ago.
Yeah.
My memory is Scarab threw a shit fit.
Yeah, I'll read the last 3.
I'll admit that wasn't the finest decision I've made in this campaign.
I'll read the final 3, but it will lead to some fun, I'm sure.
We've got
So-
some story coming out of that.
Season 4 began with the hive of rum and villainy. Damian has a conversation with the tiefling Camus Lauren about the heroes of old, imperial conquest, and the religion of hell. Ashoka exchanges pleasantries with the Durgar Undercountess of Kazdarak. Flees faces Barak Tarn in the Tournament of the Blood Rose. Magnus has a newfound fascination with tattoo magic. Cid, Damian, and Ashoka teleport to Skelter, looking for information about the whereabouts of Damian's brother, his family's missing ships, Savros Blackheart, and the Cutter's Gar. They have an unexpected meeting with the Skull. Yes! And the trio hires an unlikely duo to join them. That's Tronogosh. 402 is called Rock and Roll. Following the riddle of the Skull of Skelter, Damian, Ashoka, Magnus, and Cid, along with their new recruit, Tronogosh, hashtag #EtInLife, visit the jungle... visit the jungle-covered Isle of Golso in search of the mountain that can see. Along the way, they encounter things that explain why men avoid the island and find traces of an ancient civilization long lost. Near the summit of Golso Gek, they find the ruins of an ancient city and an incredibly powerful guardian within. 403, since when? The Conclave of Crimson Scale puts on a great show in the Civic Arena. Zargon has a pyro match, Zed faces the Megafent one-on-one, and Gracchus, aka Scarab, shows down with 2 gladiators from the Knights of the Broken Shield. Magnus and crew place extremely large bets with Yuri the Claw, and that's where things start to go sideways.
Scarab placed extremely large bets. We placed a regular sized bet.
Magnus fucked it all up for everybody.
All right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at the schedule, because spreadsheets are for the win. So Scarab had his fight where? Right here, F2. And then Magnus had one fight which we played ahead in the next week. I believe that was against Ugg.
Yeah, and somebody tried to. And somebody tried to murder me in the toilets.
Right, you had a rogue that you have
We've got a rogue standing on one foot in our dungeon.
Yes.
Without his armor on.
Yeah.
So this is like the next day after basically the bar where
Let's call it
Yuri
the kerfuffle.
Yeah, the dented helm had burned down. A Cid had made off with a bunch of their treasures after running into the burning building looking for their loot.
That was awesome.
Here's the movement, baby.
That's awesome.
Tiny back.
Yeah, exactly. that was pretty fun. So I think there's a list of treasures somewhere that needs to be identified. Does Cid bring that back to Ashoka and the others for identification, or are you just sitting on it quietly?
We're gonna first have a chat with him.
Okay, so
So
why
we
don't we
have
have
a
a quick role playing chat before you guys decide what it is that you're going to do? Now, at this point in time, you know Magnus is going to fight, so Magnus has his main action. He can have a role playing session. But yeah, the conclave leaders haven't talked in a while. So Ashoka, Magnus, Damian, and Cid. This is after you found out that the whole place burned down. You haven't fought Ugg yet, but you know you're going to fight him. And this is where we're at. Most impolite, says Nem.
Yes. Definitely on the impolite side of things.
Unless this is part of some great plan of yours, master. Was it a planned impoliteness?
It has become part of the plan, I suppose.
Oh yes, master.
Our hand has been forced by impoliteness.
Must be flexible, master, when surrounded by such impolite people.
Nem scurries away when Damian enters the room and was clearly going to sit down.
Is this the same day that we just basically walked back after the fire?
Yep.
Next day.
Yeah, the next day.
Okay. Yeah, this is fucking bullshit.
Oh,
What the
relax.
hell happened? What the hell happened out there? This is stupid.
I suppose I should have a word with Zed. Scarab was not listening to commands. He wasn't listening to your commands.
I don't know why he wouldn't. I told him get down, but he didn't get down. Some reason I yelled, I'll be back. I don't know why.
I doubt we'll see. Well, if we see him back, he'll be in chains. So.
Yeah.
There's most definitely going to be potential issues with Scarab's standing in civilized society.
There's gonna be issues with Cloud. He's gonna blame us for his bar burning down and all his loot and like.
No, the claw's not the issue. It's
Knock,
Mr.
knock,
Tiggs.
Mind if I can come in?
Anytime, Cid.
I was already listening.
Ashoka's lying. And he's obvious.
So, why are we here?
Yuri the Claw, we're discussing our issues with our current predicament.
Why? Question to you all. This is a good one. Why are we here in Vatamo?
Run the ludus, make money, and we have a dragon.
Magnus, we are supposed to be trading brilliant warriors and raising a dragon to be larger.
Ah, there you go, Ashoka, raising the dragon. Raising the dragon, good. Do you know what would make our master happy? Actually raising the dragon. Doing our job, which we're not doing. Now you know where we could get the dragon raised? If we have more fights for him, they don't have to be in the arena.
That's all well and good, Cid. However, the
Yes.
ludus has to survive the next month.
Sure. But it would survive if you guys stop your squabbling and all your playing around. Master Vogel's not very happy.
Actually, Master Vogel, if he's that concerned, can show up and do something about it.
No. So how little you know. Master Vogel, if he shows up, it wouldn't be a pleasant thing.
No, of course not. He's got that laugh that just puts everyone off. Ha, 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 ha.
Visibly,
Mostly
your
impolite.
companions around the table are actually kind of aghast that Damian has the gall to make fun of Master Vogel.
You guys, you might not be afraid.
He's my favorite uncle. It's fine.
You might not be afraid of your uncle, but he's not related by blood to any of us. So, I recommend we focus on the best way to raise the little dragon.
Yes. And the first thing we need to do is ensure its security.
I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Sure.
Cid, what are you getting at?
And what I'm getting at is there's a lot of drama inside our ludus between all of you and your little differences. Get rid of them. Focus on why you were here. And the new challenge,
I
the
actually,
claws bar burning.
Cid,
Yeah.
there is a very good question. We are supposed to be aware of those things happening around us, and I believe that was something that Master Vogel did send you to do.
Yes, and I'm doing my best to keep you informed of the most important things. You are also to decide on what's most important, not just me. Yes.
And what have you come to inform us about?
We're not as poor as you might think.
To explain.
Sure, 1 second.
Sid goes out, goes back to his room, starts dragging the loot box.
Hold on.
He's not that strong. He's dragging it. What the fuck is that?
It's something I found in a tinderbox. It was on fire. Magnus, can you just pick this shit?
Bangs it up, puts it on the table.
Does it have any markings on it?
This came from the... This was found randomly in a place that might have been burning recently. Probably assumed to be destroyed by the owner.
Was it a pseudo breastplate, a magic belt, and a ring? Were those the three things you got?
Yeah.
As well as bags of money, I thought.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that the money has been mixed in already, but
It should be the money from these guys. and
unless it's on
whoever
your
else made a bet.
ludus sheet.
I haven't. So let me see.
The ludus sheet, the ledger.
I don't think so. No. I don't think.
I don't think we ever defined how much money you found. So
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I think we need to identify everything because Sid didn't identify anything.
We've got a bunch of winters in here, but it's not winter yet. Or is it winter? Is it winter?
Oh, actually,
It's August.
Sid can pull out a potion of identify and start just make like.
it's
make a
the autumn.
potion.
It's the autumn season.
you got spellcraft?
Okay.
No, I'm an alchemist. Well, let me see if I have spellcraft.
Yeah, you'd have spellcraft. I'm asking
yeah,
if you.
plus 20.
Yeah, okay, that'll do it. Yeah. Okay. An extra plus 10 from the identify, and we're all good.
I think the breastplate was good for him because it was agile, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think the
Master's loot.
our bet was
I
not
think-
here.
Yeah, well, I think the only one. Gracchus had to pay up front. Damian did not.
The reason why it's not on here is because we made a marker. We didn't actually bring
Yeah.
money.
So no, but we paid 60 talents from Magnus.
Yeah, you guys paid raw. The
Did-
Ludus paid that was like a $20, $20,000.
Marty, out of curiosity, amongst the things that were in the safe that Sid grabbed, was the book in it, i.e., the bets made for the day?
No. This did not
was a
appear.
little,
This did not appear to be like a permanent. It was a protective vault, but it wasn't something where a lot of things were kept permanently. You found a pot that contains 13 talents, 1,242 gold coins, and 240 platinum coins were in this pot. You had avoided a bunch of the silver and copper.
Okay.
I remember there was more stuff than Sid could carry.
Yeah.
And he was selectively finding the magic things and the things that were obviously valuable. And the pot of change that actually had the imperial talent coins in them, which are more like flat bars. He grabbed that.
Okay.
So you identify the
where's the
armor.
money?
I just put it at the top of Master's Loot.
Oh, there we go.
The +3 agile shiny silver breastplate is...
Oh yeah,
Now, is shiny a descriptor or is it an actual power?
that's what I'm looking at.
I think I was just describing mithril, but... that's a thing. So
I don't think that's a thing.
shiny silver. Oh, it's mithril breastplate. That's why.
Agile is... It's like super dex armor?
I think it reduces the armor check penalty. It's actually listed
Agile adds
in the.
your dex to damage instead of strength to melee attacks.
Is...
No,
so
it's mithril agile breastplate is the.
Okay, so agile is a weapon power. There has to be an armor power for it.
No, agile is the description of the base armor.
Oh,
Okay. Wait, is that the kind that gives you don't take a penalty on jump checks and shit?
Yeah, there's some additional rule that agile breastplate gives you.
I looked at it. I'll go take a look.
Yeah, there's a type of breastplate that it's not as hard to jump or do acrobatics.
Agile, yeah, breastplate agile has
He's only -1.
-1
on acrobatics.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah, the mithril just gets rid of that.
Someone thought they were being fancy.
But it reduces your speed, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
No, it's mithril.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's light armor.
right. So it's a -1 armor check penalty for everything except for climb and acrobatics. Acrobatics only to jump. The most conditional of
Yeah.
the conditional.
Yeah. If you're doing this one thing.
Yeah, so it's -1 armor check penalty except for climb and jump acrobatics check.
Okay, the security belt. You can read the description. I think it makes things harder to sleight of hand off of you. And the ring of the Zorn's eye is called a ring of X-ray vision.
Okay.
That also is a ring of protection +2.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
That might be good for someone who breaks into things.
Yep.
And so the ring of protection +2 is in the primary slot. Somebody paid a lot to have the ring of X-ray vision in the secondary, so you can upgrade.
So they're planning on
Upping the power, yeah.
Okay, well,
ring of X-ray vision.
so the +1 ring of protection +1 that's going into the pot. Where is it?
And then you've got I got some money. I don't know if you're sticking it on the money that is divvied amongst the masters, or if that goes into the loot or not.
I think we're gonna keep it. We might divvy this amongst the masters. We're a little bit light for the ludus, but we'll have to have a think on that.
Once we steal all the money in all of the underworld, we'll be fine.
No, you don't steal all the money from all the underworld. You take over the underworld and leave all their mechanisms in
Did
place.
Cid just
and
yoink
take
the
your
ring of
percentage.
X-ray vision?
Yeah.
You reinvest, yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
+2 chain shirt. What is this?
So the mithril, like, what does Damian use for armor?
He's got. I think he's got myth. He's got myth. No, he's got. What's it called? Shit. The
Dark leaf or whatever it is?
dark leaf. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. So his armor is better than that, I'm assuming?
Yeah. The even the mithril will he won't get. He's missing dex bonus.
Okay.
What this will do is make your flat-footed AC better.
Yeah, but next level, as of next level, I get uncanny dodge.
Oh, okay,
So.
all right.
Yep. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm taking that security belt. Oh yeah, that's great.
What's it do?
You can shrink items and pull them out.
It's pretty awesome.
Except for my belt of dex +2.
Oh.
Decisions.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my belt of dex, so.
Can you shrink magical items?
The wearer, blah blah blah. Once per day, the wearer can touch a single item of up to 10 cubic feet and shrink it into a tiny cloth duplicate. It's a shrink item spell.
You can shrink one non-magical item. So it has
Move
to be.
action.
It's not magic, whatever you're shrinking.
The wearer can draw one of these items from one of the belt's pockets.
Oh.
So it doesn't. So you can just keep shrinking items.
once per day on command.
Yes. But I mean, I can keep shrinking like every day for a week. I keep shrinking like trees or some shit. Like, tree- Whatever, you know what I mean?
How long does shrink item last?
Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
With shrink item
cool.
lasts day per level.
So,
So you theoretically could have 5 items that are shrunk.
This is caster level 5.
It's like, here's my scorpion, here's my catapult, and here's my
Yep.
here's my fucking tree.
And it counts as magic aura. It's a cool thing.
All right, and then how does Magnus's armor compared to the silver scale?
That's the
that's the big question.
What
yeah.
does Magnus's have?
Magnus's armor, I think, is really good.
I think his armor is +3 mithril. He's
Yeah.
got +2 mithril full plate.
+2 mithril full.
Yeah.
The full plate is the thing.
Yeah.
All right, and he's a fighter, so he can move at full
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
He that kind of fighter?
Yeah, I am. My movement is hindered by armor.
Okay.
His Gestalt is fighter.
Armor training. Yeah, I see it.
My armor
Okay.
is pretty redonkulous.
Yeah, you've got better armor.
Bonus.
All right, then you go to your gladiators, or if this is a sell item.
Yep. I think it goes on fleas, actually.
Yeah. Let's. Seeing as I suspect we're going to be using our gladiators as a fighting force.
Fleas, who has a chain shirt and a wooden shield.
Whatever do you mean?
Well, buddy, I liked that last joke last week, so here you go.
Yeah. So I think it goes into the armory, and we'll mark it on fleas. I think.
All right, go ahead and move things around.
Okay. Party pages, the silver scale, cut, doom loot, not doom loot. Where's the conclave? Or conclave armory. Yeah. Fleas rocking the Magnus's male shirt. It's now Fleas rocking the. Oh. He's a tanky. Who's a tanky boy?
I think they gave some good armor to fleas. Although Sona could have probably worn that armor as well.
Sona, yes. Well, Sona's rocking +1 studded leather, and it's fine. He should probably take Magnus's male shirt now. So I'll put him there.
So that X-ray ring of X-ray vision is actually really.
It is really good.
It is really freaking good.
There's 3 really pretty good items.
Okay, so Cid dragged a bunch of treasure out. It's not obvious where he got it.
So I understand that you mentioned that this is from someplace that was a fire. Is what you mentioned?
Yes, it was quite. I was looking in to see if maybe I can rescue somebody, because I'm a good citizen. And I just happened to find this, and I thought, ooh, maybe I can rescue it because it looked like it might explode. And not to injure anyone, I removed it. And I brought it here for your...
Most noble of you to rescue, property.
Yeah.
Yes. Very polite of you.
Yes, I wasn't sure whose property is it, because it was so much smoke.
Perfect.
Danger. Nice ring.
Cid,
Yeah.
Damian,
Yes.
Yuri's boss. What do you know of him?
He is the leader. Well, we'll make the roll first, I guess. But
Don't know him, but I can find him.
We met him, or we saw him.
When we
I know I. Oh wait, duh! You're a bard. I'm gonna take 20.
Like knowledge, local something.
Vatapole. I have knowledge of Vatapole, so that's probably the closest. So 30, Barty?
Yeah, you're pretty sure he's he's Yuri's boss.
Mr. Tiggs. It's a
Let's see.
nickname. It's actually Tigglesworth, but
Tiggleton, actually.
Tiggleton.
Tiberius Tiggleton is his real name. You know that he maintains a house in Vatapole.
Or he did.
Although you think that he might also have heavy dealings in Cantaport.
No shock there.
He is the type of criminal that the local nobility puts up with because he controls things and keeps things from devolving into like outright chaos.
Well, I guess his job is kind of on the block too.
He probably also kicks back to nobles. You don't know this for sure, but you're guessing, like, how does someone like this persist? The corruption in the Imperium gets greater the further away from the Imperial capital that you go, and Vatapole's right on the edge of, like, true Imperial control. Where all these countries that basically submitted and became almost like vassal states by getting rid of their own kingdoms or their own monarchies, but kind of the local nobility kept power. And Vatapole is thousands of miles away from the imperial capital. Because after that, you start looking at other states that were never truly conquered by blood. As the more east you go. So yeah, he's a powerful man that is probably a noble in his own right in a different age.
Marty.
Yes.
Ashoka's cloak, he gives 2/6 to snack on.
I don't know what that means.
His doppelganger.
Yeah, I know, but what's on the cloak?
Blood from Yuri, who smashed his glass and then wiped the blood on me.
Okay. What else can I tell you with a 30? Let me check my notes.
Knowing where he lives is a big deal, actually.
That's the thing. Where does he live?
You know that Mr. Tiggs has in recent years, or actually this year, hired somebody called Zad the Disloyal, who is a...
That sounds like a poor decision, quite frankly.
You've seen Zad. In fact, I think you even saw Zad in
he was
in the imperial capital. That's right.
Yeah.
He was at the party and he was all like, "Look at me, I'm a badass."
Yep.
And then we saw him again, and he's like, "I'm still badass," and looked at him and kind of went, "You're all right."
He is a powerful evoker that should be, like, you shouldn't blink twice at.
Yeah.
He's got a horrible reputation.
Guy.
You know that when he's been in Vatapole, he has a manservant by the name of Samson, and there's something about Samson that makes him very, very strong.
This is his hair.
No, it's just there's something about this really tall man that is Mr. Tiggs' manservant that you don't want.
All right, Magnus, that's your boy.
With a 30, yeah, you probably don't want to mess with Mr. Tiggs. A man like this didn't achieve his position without being able to prune the trees and get rid of the parts of the underworld that he doesn't like, as well as perhaps even magisters and others. He's probably covered his tracks really well. He's greatly feared. He likes the gladiatorial games. Like, you know that he's heavily involved in the betting.
Yes.
betting probably Damian like has a brief knowledge, kind of a cursory knowledge of. It probably takes a lot of money to back things like that because you could get unlucky.
Yeah, like, well, yeah.
It'd be interesting to know.
Or you
what
know,
the-
if you know a fight's gonna go one way and you're gonna lose a lot of money, maybe you bribe
Oh yeah,
a judge.
the fact that you guys got screwed by, you've almost been asked directly to throw fights and you've refused to play ball, so it might not be good for you.
Well, Mr. Tiggs has to go. That's all. All right, so we need to buy a wand of sculpt corpse.
Potentially. Do we have any rings of protection in the something?
Oh, let's have a look. See, in the
'Cause-
armory.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that Ashoka probably should put a ring of protection on, even if it's just a +1.
Oh, for God's sakes, dude! I thought it
He's-
was bad with Phineas at like 11th
He's
floor.
supposed to be management. Nobody's supposed to try to stab him when he's at the job.
So, look, well, listen. How about we like stop using the metal like cuffs on me and like the chains, cause I kind of need my armor now if we're gonna be in like danger
okay.
and stuff.
I'm looking at a hag's ring. Is this?
It's cursed.
Oh, it's her. Oh, lovely.
It's cursed.
It doesn't say that in the loot.
Marked with the arcane symbol of the Hag's Coven. It's cursed.
Doesn't matter.
You killed one of the hags, but not the other two.
Just join them. Have them help this fight.
Power at any cost. I love it.
Why do we have 2 dead tabby cats, 1 large pumpkin?
Might be from Mortenzi.
Yeah, that sounds like more Tenzi stuff.
Mortenzi
Killing
wasn't
cats?
part of this ludus.
Could have been accidentally pasted there.
I see a ring of protection +1. That's the best we got.
Oh no, that's from a giant bag, I think.
Okay. Oh, probably. Yeah, there's a ring of protection +1. That's it, dude.
Yeah, I have to take Sid's stinky ring. Okay, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So keep himself clean. You don't want to smell like anything when stealing shit.
Alright, okay. Alright, so you're... Unfortunately, Magnus, we still have to keep up the pretense.
Then how about we keep the pretense with my armor? Because naked Magnus, not a happy Magnus. Well, I mean, kind of, but not when I know, like the little bastard come out and shank you.
Enough. We get it.
Because it's freedom, but it's freedom,
Okay, yes.
You did all right versus the bear.
That was actually very impressive, quite frankly.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't I?
Yes, Magnus, you're amazing. Now, we need to understand how we wish to make our presence understood.
Well, first, let's protect our assets best we can, I think. Do you have your markers?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
Your markers
bets.
for the bets.
Yeah.
Hand them over.
Okay, Magnus hands you his. Does he have scarabs by any chance, or not?
Scarab is
no.
probably holding on to the thing that would have made Scarab a rich man.
Yeah.
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 Had he won.
Had he won? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Had he not just simply dominated, you won too hard, and that's how you lost.
Well, yeah, there was that empire that.
Oh yeah, no, that empire is gonna.
Son of a.
I
We're
think
okay,
that
man.
that empire is untouchable because he's corrupt, so I want him. No, we're keeping that one.
Dominate him.
Yep. I'm gonna urinate very quickly.
I already did.
All right, one second.
Marty, here's a quick question. The belt of what's it called? The belt that allows you to shrink items. Can I just wear that, shrink an item, and take it off? And the idea is, can I walk around with a belt with 5 shrunken items in it while having another belt on? So if I need these items, I just put it on and pull these items out.
Yes.
Cool.
It's probably a full round action that provokes AOs to take off and stow a belt, and then
No, it
full round
wouldn't be,
action to put on a belt.
It wouldn't be in combat.
Sure.
It would be.
Can you take off a belt? Yes.
Insta nude.
Pants.
I'm confused about the topic of conversing.
How quickly belts can be taken off and on. Yes, you could keep items shrunk, with the security belt. Setting up more gladiatorial fights. That's a good question. So you guys had a quick conversation.
Hey, Fox, hey, Ken.
And then let's go to the schedule once more. Magnus has a fight coming up. Ashoka. Oh, I think we already rolled for the random chance. Yep. Ashoka, what are you doing this week? What is the plan?
This week is attempting to turn the what are they called? The Masked Theologians. Basically, framing Yuri for violence against the Masked Theologians, because we know they're really protective of themselves. We have a fake Yuri called Six.
Framing Yuri with the Masked Theologians.
Yep.
He likes to throw alchemist fire, apparently, because that's nasty.
Okay. Is he gonna go and kill a Masked Theologian? Is that the?
It's effectively it's going to be Yuri, and we're going to probably dominate one of Yuri's thugs to go protect Yuri, and they're going to go beat a theologian in the street. And if he dies, he dies. But he's a theologian. His god should come and heal him.
All right,
That's cold, man.
Are you putting your full 15 dice towards that?
Well, 6 I think is. Well, yeah, I guess it would be Ashoka and 6 doing that, I think.
Okay, so we'll call that the smear campaign. Smear 15, yep. and then 6 is also doing this.
Yeah, he's the one who's going to play the part of Yuri.
Yep. Okay. So smear 12, and then what is your Ashoka spy network and the ludus spy network are doing? Now I don't know if Cid controls the ludus spy network or if Ashoka does, but I know
Ashoka network is Cid is
okay.
Ashoka.
Okay.
It's not Cid. That's Ashoka's like followers, right?
No, he's got a followers, and then you have some guys that are good at figuring out who's fighting next.
It's like if Cid still is hanging out at the tower, just being at the tower hanging out.
Yep.
I mean, Phineas is Phineas. Where is Phineas?
Phineas is
not in town anymore, right?
Traveling. No. He's in serious lean or on his way to.
Phineas is
on his way to insanity.
Citadel by the Lake.
Yeah, he's in the Citadel by the Lake, I think, training or hanging out there. Okay. And then he's about to be in the Boiling Lake.
I don't know if Cid is still hiding in the tower by himself.
Cid will come back to the ludus after what's happened.
Okay. What is Cid doing this week?
Okay, Cid is gonna go and spy on Claw. Figure out where Claw, what Claw is doing, what he's amassing, and figure out what his next steps are.
While you're boning Yuri, you're gonna figure out what he's actually doing. Okay. All right. Spy, and then you have how many points? 13, 14? Where's my fucking cursor?
Magnus, my money! Fuck!
All right.
Are
So
you
what
stupid,
is the
then?
Ashoka spy network doing?
The Ashoka spy network is going to be, I think, shields upping. Trying to defend us from repercussions.
Oh, yeah. So you're basically on defensive. So you're on anti-spy, anti.
We're on they're anti-spy. It's the anti-spy network.
Okay.
Well, we've got the bosses.
And
the
what
bouses,
specifically are you trying to defend?
We're
The ludus, your person.
well, it'd be more the ludus. I think this is it's not going to escalate to people yet.
Okay. This is like counter espionage.
Yes.
15. Okay, and this is guard ludus. Okay.
I mean, if they go pick on like, I mean, maybe I should. Well, that's fine. If Ashoka gets ganked, he gets ganked.
There are 2 gladiators. We'll get to that in a second, but just as FYI, that can train to level up. Tronogosh and Fleas. Their character sheets might have already been updated, but you do need to spend the time to level them up. The Ludus Spy Network. What are they doing?
They are attempting to figure out if there are what is the word on the streets around Scarab.
Yeah. Scarab? I can we redirect them towards what's gonna come down our necks?
He flew away.
Yeah,
Well,
he's gone.
It's more to figure out if we've got any judgments or legal like I don't mean from the underworld. I mean from
from a legal
the
standpoint.
police. Are
Da-
the police saying anything about Le Scarab?
Couldn't
And
Damian?
our Ludus spy network should consider themselves lucky because they're supposed to be cleaning latrines with their tongues based on how bad they failed last time.
That's funny. All right, Damian. What's Damian up to?
He will look into the legal thing. He also
What's the legal thing?
wants legal repercussions for the ludus itself for Scarab's actions.
Okay, so we'll call that your major action.
The minor action is going to be he takes the markers, goes to his house, finds Measly, and has him forge markers that show we bet the other way. Or maybe just one for a good 150 talents. Before he does the forgery, though, I'm going to cast Heroism and Heroic Fortune on him for an additional +10 on that roll.
Okay, so there's an RP encounter involving forgeries and Measly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cid, you're spying. Okay. Let's see. Magnus is fighting. Now we've got the RP encounter for Damian. Is there an RP encounter for Ashoka?
There should be.
You had some irons in the fire, if you will. I think with the gnome you were buddy with.
I had some stuff with the gnome, although that is all kind of like without Phineas around. But we had an iron in the fire with the gnome, and then additionally the Masked Theologians, which are kind of being covered by the other one. There's one particular Masked Theologian that
you wanted to do bad things too.
Wanted to do bad things.
Oh yeah,
in fact, the note on the top of the sheet is
do bad things to
do terrible things to him.
Well, I believe Phineas came back and told you where he was, that he could be found in Vaed.
Yes. But I don't know if originally they were supposed to be at a graveyard, but they're already past that point. And then so it's interesting. An RP encounter for I guess it's going to be which of the really combative things, or is it Dick with Yuri would be the third possibility. uh, Ashoka wants to. He'll send some sendings.
Okay, sendings. Got it.
Yep.
Magnus, what is your RP encounter? You are muted, Ahmed. You were chatting away, and I can't hear what you're saying.
Okay, so now you go.
Not funny.
So is it part of the? So I was looking for a ring of Featherfall.
Yeah, your market is at 3 out of 5 for that. You've got your market guys going after that ring.
They're doing that. Okay, so let them do it. My RP is going to be with Sona.
Magnus wants to talk to his gladiators. Talk to gladiators. Okay. Cool. Cid, do you have a particular RP encounter?
Have I already told Ashoka about the thing living in Magnus's head?
I don't know if you've had that conversation.
I don't think you have.
No.
Spy on Yuri. RP with Ashoka. RP with Masters. I'm just going to say Masters. Like, you could choose who's around during that time.
Yeah.
Zed, I think, is training for his level, because I think he fought while he was leveled.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there an RP encounter for Zed?
Yes. Well.
Or a minor action RP encounter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Wow. There starts to be. There are no the Kazuth's pipe people left.
There are. Chanticleer.
Yeah, Chanticleer's left. Yeah, just the gladiator, the family left. And then, I mean, there was stuff with Nova, but that was all kind of just sort of sideline stuff. That's fine. I think.
Is there a particular reaction that Zed has from Scarab doing? Because Zed became de facto trainer and serious guy of the fucking ludus.
Right. So I think there'll be a pep talk scene, a discussion. There'll be the Scarab discussion, because that shit doesn't fly.
Pep talk. All right. Okay. What is Sona doing this turn?
What level is Sona?
Sona is level 8.
Okay.
You could help with training fleas.
Train fleas, yeah.
He's probably got a higher total power. He's got 10 dice. Of course, fleas needs 8 successes, so you may want to put more than that on that. Zargon?
Zargon is going to get blamed for or God blamed for the fire. Zargon. We really need to find a way to. We need to go steal that helm from the Doomsday characters, so that he can take human form. Mark, we can't hear you, but I'm assuming you're agreeing.
I'm in total agreement. Yes.
So with Zargon, I don't think he needs training right now. He needs XP. And do we understand the concept of fight things get stronger?
I think in a world where that is a thing,
where that is the physics of life,
it is an experience. Although stimulation of dragons, of bathing him in blood and violence for his particular draconic bloodline will make him grow quicker than he should.
Okay. but we also wanted to be civilized because that's what we're told
Yeah,
to
and
do.
you were also playing a game, I believe, where you guys were trying to limit his power growth so that he didn't become the person ruling the ludus.
Right. Well,
Yes.
yeah. Now he's 5 levels behind, so he could use a couple.
No, we want him stunted.
Yeah. So for Zargon, I.
Oh, and then
guys-
as for fights, Sona has 1 fight on the season. Zargon's got 1. Magnus will have his 2nd. Zed only has 1, so it's like you guys need a shit ton of fights.
we need fights. I think Zargon's gonna be like resting after his fight.
Okay.
Potentially, we might want to invest in him getting. We're gonna be kicked around the idea of getting him some human legs.
Interesting. Okay. Doomsday.
Yeah, Zargon was really scary, and now Zargon is just scary.
Yeah.
The really is no longer there. He's scary. He's just not really
scary.
Still scary.
Oh, he talk Ashoka up, but
All right, this is week 4, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, that was Zargon. Scarab is AWOL. Droll.
Mark.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, Droll, I don't think is. He's got an int of friggin' 6. He's there. He's picking things and bugs off of himself unless told otherwise.
Oh, that's
He's grooming fleas right now. with
okay,
his
so
forearms.
he's idle, is what you're saying? Does he
Yeah,
need any
that's-
training for Gestalt, or is he already Gestalted?
No, you know he does need training.
Now, Sona now only has 8 dice as he's trying to train fleas to 8. So I don't know if your facilities of 5 plus 4 arcane would be 9. Those are probably thrown against fleas, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, do we have the coin to train Droll?
What does he need?
It looks like he needs 3 more ability scores.
Okay. This will be expensive, but you could do it that way.
Well, before he can go Gestalt.
Yep.
that is.
So to train 1 ability score will cost.
He can just put it all in one.
No, each week you can only get 1 point.
Yeah. Okay, well, this week he trains his
Okay.
con.
But you're paying out of pocket for trainers.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we have the coin for it.
What level is he?
6th.
Okay, it'll cost 500 gold.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, we've got my tab. Marking that down, or do you want me to mark it down?
Could you please mark it down? I don't have that open right now.
Okay.
Quilzy.
Quailsy is...
Sacrifice to the snake god.
No, we're not doing that.
She's a level 3 barbarian rogue. She is not ready to level.
She is
And she did a really bad job protecting the ludus last turn.
very bad, very bad.
Her morale's high, though.
Yeah.
She's really
Also-
happy about fucking around for a week.
So much so, she's probably going to do it for another week.
You guys made her guard. She fucked around, and then you gave her a bunch of entertainment. Okay.
This is awesome!
So what are you doing? You're having a guard?
Yeah.
Okay, what about Nova?
She was the other guard previously that did a bad job guarding.
Did a bad thing.
Is she also guarding the Ludus?
She will also guard.
Okay, Tronogosh.
She'll be part of the stern talking to from Zed.
Looks like Tronogosh trained last week, so subtract 1,400 gold if you're training Tronogosh.
That's already been subtracted.
Okay, good. What is he up to this week? As you
Tronogosh
brought Tronogosh to the big city.
We brought him to the big city, and he's looking for skulls that he's allowed to smash.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So he is guarding our ludus. He's specifically guarding Ashoka, actually.
Okay. They. It's Tronogosh's pronoun. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
They, them, theirs.
There's two of them. Plural. All right. 6. It looks like everyone else is done. Are you arranging any fights?
Who's missing fights?
Drakester.
Yes,
Fox
we are
Kenny.
arranging fights. Who is willing to fight us?
You guys.
I don't know.
Monks?
Uh,
I don't think we screwed them over.
Not recently.
Not recently.
yes.
It's really funny when we're all giggling about that. Reputation? Bah! We're winners.
You know how? You want to check the tapes? Do you want to see how many weeks it took for Ashoka to fix that shit?
Oh, funny.
Do you know how many diplomacy rolls went into making that go away?
Let's see how they feel about. Okay, give me a second.
'Cause I remember the town not liking us.
Okay, so who's got fights left?
Everybody does.
Sona needs 2. Oh boy, Fleas is good. Zargon needs 2. Scarab needs to stay the fuck away from Vetable.
Right now, you guys are trying to be friendly with the Grand Order, and Ashoka's like, I think we got it back to kind of neutral. You are hostile with the House of the Civilized Goblin. The Knights of the Broken Shield do not like you, but it's not like open violence. The Circus of Dread does not like you. And you think that you are on friendly terms with the only other person you're on friendly terms with would be the Union of the Black Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the Magnus Ajax connection, the Zed Chanticleer connection.
Additionally, Zed kept Ajax from murdering half of the stand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's the Union of Black Lotus that are the ones that are friendly at this point. The others are kind of neutral.
Let's try to make a fight with the goblins.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
The Goblin?
Yeah,
I.e. trolls.
i.e. trolls. Yeah.
Yeah, let's fight some trolls.
Okay, so you send a messenger to go talk to. Well, who do you send it to?
It's
The elf guy?
he's half orc, I think. Give me a second.
Oh, not
The Venable Stables. The Grim Goblin.
You mean the Dark Elf, Mark?
yes.
Yeah, there's a he's talking so Adam he's talking about the owner of the Goblin.
It's not the one running because they got rid of their
So
what's her
I
name?
thought Urogot Ugrunt.
You're talking about the alchemist.
That's a warrior. Shit. No.
Mama Bloodbear?
Well, there's
Mama
Mama Bloodbear, and then there's the caster, like the really powerful half-orc caster that showed up.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah, the guy who was
I don't think he's in charge though.
Yeah, the one who could have
The
been
alchemist that lives outside the city. His name is Nicodemus.
Switch. Yeah, the half orc.
Yeah, Nicodemus. I guess we're sending it to Mama Bloodbear, and we're sending somebody we don't particularly like.
Well, there is a messenger service, the
Yes.
Feathers of Farlan. Okay,
We'll send an unknown messenger.
Okay. And are you entertaining offers from other Ludi just in case?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll take whatever we can get.
Well, I mean, we should be established enough by this point that people will start asking us to fight, not just us asking others.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's start with the goblin response. You receive a box back. The messenger from the Farlan looks nervous.
Is there feces in there?
I think it's a pie, my lord.
Is it a pie of feces?
He gives the box to your servant. The servants take it. Yep, there's a big ass pastry. It smells funny.
All right. I will have the servants cut into the pastry.
Okay. There is a brownish substance that has maggots in it that is in the pie. It is a feces pie. Someone went through a lot of care. Like, they actually baked it.
I'll send them a note thanking them for the pastry, but due to cultural differences, this is not appealing.
Only Magnus ate it.
All right.
It's full of corn. It's good. It's a shepherd's pie. It's fine.
You do receive sort of an open invitation to have non-lethal fights with a new ludus. It is not your friends, the Union of the Black Lotus. It is the coalition of the.
The coalition wants to have another fight.
Yep, non-lethal.
After we
They
accidentally
are
killed the dude?
they are asking for very heavy fines for killing any of their gladiators during this fight, and also a 1 talent fee for going through the processing of the fight.
Okay.
They might be sensitive to the fact that you guys are desperate. 1 talent fee. This was like on order of what you were paying.
Fox, this is your doing. This is your doing.
So what do they got?
Oh, they have gladiators.
Thank you. Sorry. Well, like, if we were going to suggest a fight, who would be appropriate?
Yeah, who could we?
Because I kind of feel like just having Zed spank them all. I don't know.
you laugh.
Okay, their gladiators include Riznar, who is a. Let me have a look at the roster. Riznar Nock is a swashbuckler and a blooded gladiator.
Blooded. Okay.
They have a new gladiator by the name of Crimson Eyes, who is a veteran.
Okay, they got a vet.
Cyro, who is a veteran. This is the guy with the big-ass hammer.
Okay.
And turns into a half-snake man while he's beating people up.
Stupid hammer, but that's...
And then a female half-frost giant by the name of Roz. She's from some northern land.
Bard.
She's a veteran as well. So,
and she's a veteran. So they
yeah,
got
those are their 4 slotted. 3 veterans, 1 blooded.
Yeah, 3 vets and a blooded. So, like, Fleas. Oh, the Fleas doesn't have any more fights this year. He doesn't need a fight. He also killed the last. There's Boo Boo.
Okay, well, yeah. It's a question, I guess. Who needs fights?
Who needs fights? Fleas needs a fight.
No, Fleas has 3 fights.
Sona needs a fight. Zed needs a fight.
And they want to set up.
Scarab.
They want to set up the fights for week 49 or 50.
Scarab is irrelevant.
Is the earliest actually.
Well, no, Scarab. We have to figure out what's happening here because Scarab doesn't have his fights in. Scarab is AWOL, but he's one of our fighters or one of our gladiators.
Okay, as we can call someone sick, I think we can call someone fired.
Yeah. he's fired.
Fucker's fired.
Well, right, but if we
So
backfill that
you could put
squad-
him on reserve and then call up one of your. You will have to call up somebody.
Right, but that somebody will count as having 2 fights already, correct?
Who?
Right. It doesn't like this sort of thing
No.
doesn't automatically mean you
No.
lose a gladiator
No.
by the end of the year.
No, this system's meant to have some turnover. There's a place where you could get screwed over and lose one of your gladiators if you're not careful. The person who gets called up.
Well, or we don't call up anybody and we just lose.
Well, Quailsy's already had 1 fight. No, you have to call up somebody. You have registered 4 slots for the ludus. Your team is size 4. You need to fill in 4
We need a
gladiators.
5th.
Yeah.
No, we need a 5th.
Oh no, sorry, a 5th because Magnus and Zed are also. You have 6 slots.
Do we have 6 slots?
Yep. Magnus is a fighter. Yeah,
Well,
I
don't-
have
well,
them
but
in
Magnus-
column E. I have your slots written down.
Oh, we got 6 fucking slots. Jesus Christ! All right.
Oh, fuck, that was a good idea.
Next year, 4 slots. That's it.
All right. So we call up Quailsy.
Okay.
So Quailsy's taken off of guard. She's called up, or
So
she's.
how does that work with... She's not in the same...
There's a whole bunch of things that
Tier.
makes this really weird. I know.
Yeah.
That's okay.
She's not
we
the same
call-
what?
Tier.
Yeah. She has to fight. You have to arrange proper fights if you want it to be fair.
No, but like for the year-end games.
Can we
somebody-
put 2 people
just-
against one of their tougher
just-
guys?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I kill your gladiator in week 53,
Yep.
I kill one of your gladiators.
Yep.
You automatically lose your gladiator for losing a gladiator.
You have to call someone up. And that's usually when you call up some drag good.
No, but
stick 'em
he's
in.
saying, but he's saying they have no opportunity to get 3 fights in.
That's right.
It's just so you either the call up okay. So just the call up call down rules are funny because there's this 3 weeks of cooldown between your call up call down, which means you can't cycle through your gladiators to actually have you can't have backups with 3 fights because of the call up call down unless you're like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Actually, you could. Never mind, I lied. So you could have 2 teams, and you basically you have to keep them both fighting, and cycle through them. Is the only way to do this where you're not automatically losing contracts at the end or just stuffing in.
You buy some jackass. You could have 100 tempies. Yeah, like we call up Joe. no one bids on Joe. Joe ends up in the city dungeons, and then you buy Joe's contract back. And
Right.
You stick, right.
Right, you end up with shit.
Yeah. Well,
Here's your stick. Go
and
at it.
that's where yeah.
Okay, so
you do
call
have to declare
Quailsy.
what you're doing with Scarab. You can call Scarab as, like, well,
We're gonna call-
Damian needs to look into legality of this, but
right now he's ill.
yeah,
Right now he's on sick.
He's on
the
sick leave.
roster.
You've got the Grizak.
okay. You
He's
put him on.
clearly had an
He's
episode.
on IR. He's on injury reserve, which is what it's called. So he has to remain on IR for at least 3 weeks. Is the rule.
I don't think that'll be an issue.
And you do have to call up a Tempe. Now,
And we're gonna call up Quailsy because Quailsy has a fight.
yep, and
Yeah.
Quailsy doesn't become a gladiator until, like, that 4th week,
Okay,
technically.
so
Well, no, that really can't be. Like, that's not how we were running it before.
No, as in you can call her up as a gladiator, but technically you could just
she's just a substitute for.
Okay, sorry.
practice.
I
She's
sorry. I
got
thought
3
you were
weeks
saying that she
out.
couldn't fight for the first 3
no.
weeks. I was
She
like,
can fight as many times as you want.
That's what
You
we
could
need.
actually
Alright.
fight your Tempes if you wanted to. It's just they're not part of the rules of you need to have 3 fights.
Right. Well, and that might be what's something we need to do to grind XP on them. Because that's definitely a thing that's rearing its head. Okay, so Quailsy, it'll be a Quailsy who is a level 4 or some nonsense.
She is a
Level 3.
no. That's not how we. She's an apprentice. She has fought Riznar before and lost.
Right. Okay. So we have an apprentice and a heroic.
It could be
versus a veteran.
the rematch of Quailsy and Riznar.
Oh, it'll be a funny rematch. So it'll be a
They're in particular looking for fights for Cyro, which is their veteran, and Roswalda, which is their veteran. And they need fights for this new guy. Crimson Eyes.
okay.
That you guys don't know anything about.
Well, we'll do a
And they're willing to do multiple gladiators at once.
right. Yeah, that's what we're lining up for.
Let's try to do that.
It kind of it's like Sona and Quailsy and I don't know if we can trust Argon.
No, he's gonna kill people. He needs to fight.
He's going to just practice eating their hearts.
Zed's got to be in the ring with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
Sona,
think it's going to be a Sona Quailsy versus you know, we could do like a Sona Quailsy, like we could bring Droll back in, just get him in there. Fuck it.
Yeah, yeah, just to say,
who's gonna be the guy that we bring up? Quailsy?
Let's put Fleas on injury reserve.
Why?
And so that
'Cause
Droll
he's-
has some fights.
because he's
Just
got
in case we have a
yeah.
Bobo.
because Fleas has his fights, right?
Yeah.
Sure. So let's
Yeah.
put Droll,
so that-
Quailsy.
So
Sona.
that's our new MO. Once they got their fights, they go on injury reserve.
And you bring other people up to get
Yeah.
some XP. As well as get some fights in so that they, just in case you have an issue.
Look at you guys developing strategies. It's awesome.
All right. So
Now let's take over the underworld.
now let's take over the underworld. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. So it's Quailsy, Droll, Sona.
And
Versus-
Droll is a veteran?
I don't think so.
He's 6th level. so-
Blooded, I thought.
Veteran.
Oh, these-
He's
Yeah.
at the high end of veteran. Sona is heroic.
Well, I think Droll is
And
technically a veteran, but I think his last rank blooded because he escaped it
Yep.
long ago.
Yeah, I think they've reassessed him when he came back. So a veteran apprentice and a heroic. It sounds like they want to throw in all 4 of their dudes against your 3.
If they're all on the high end of their levels, because our heroics are like our heroic is 8.
Tell them you want to call in a mercenary.
We can call it a mercenary.
Throw in Zargon.
No, they have no interest in fighting your dragon.
No.
You're doing negotiations with Leo Laram. Is their talk piece.
Oh, well, we know how this works.
They're saying Riznar, Cyro, Roswalda, Crimson Eyes against your 3 gladiators, Sona, Droll, and Quailsy.
You want to do Zed versus 2 of your dudes? That won't go well.
For Zed?
No, unless you. Have a
They
saber
will do a
strike.
non-lethal match. Riznar, Cyro, Roswalda, and Crimson Eyes just versus Zed.
Does Zed need fights?
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll take that.
Okay. They also want, for the humiliation, 5 talents.
Yeah.
Well, 2 talents. 2 talents, 10 if they win.
And they pay you nothing.
They pay us nothing. Yeah.
Agreed. There is a concord. All right.
We still need to fight
So-
the other guys, but yeah.
So they're gonna.
Leo's mad about the charming thing.
Hey, he got you guys some money and some fights. So let's see. Crimson Eyes has a Beast Tamers fight on that day, and there's some Circus fights. So they're just gonna weak.
Fox is upset with Fleas. Fleas is banned from fighting the
Is
the
this
Crucible.
this is season 4? What week is that? fight for you?
This is the 15th week of the season, so I'm gonna mark it down.
15th week.
Which is
Is that a
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Zed?
13, 14, 15. Week 51, Zed fights 4-on-1 match.
Crucible 4 gladiators.
Zed is the boss. The boss monster.
2 talons.
Okay, and they waive the
10
single talent legal fee to set it all up. They're fine with the 2 and 10. Cool. All right, so you've set up some fights. Let's see if anyone else decides to make an offer of fights. If I roll 1, 2, or 3, nope, no one. There's a little chaos in Vatapole right now as people are like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Okay, that was good. Let's do the ludus. No wait. Let's do Ashoka smear campaign along with 6 against Yuri. Basically, you're trying to frame him.
We're basically Zed is 6 is.
He's cosplaying Yuri.
He's cosplaying Yuri really well, and then Ashoka is using some charm spells to make certain that some of Yuri's thugs agree with this notion and then go commit violence.
How bad are you trying to get Yuri? Is it just a minor priest, or are you going after a known, like, larger priest? It's hard to tell because they're also
I think we want him
masked.
tarred and feathered in the streets. I don't know.
This
Are you going after the head of the Masked Theologians?
probably like a step down from that.
Okay, well then you don't know what priest you're getting, kind of thing.
Right.
'Cause- All right, but it definitely it's the death of a priest that you're trying to.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully it's not the guy who warned me about fucking with the priests.
Okay. Ashoka 15 and Ashoka Network 15. That's 30 dice. Versus
it should be 6.
oh, sorry, 6 is 12. That's 27 dice.
Okay. I can't tell if that's good or not. Oh, look at all those 6s. Oh no! Alright, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 6s versus 1, 2,
3 6s.
4 6s.
They've got 3. Oh, they have 4. Yeah, sorry.
They got 4. Okay, so the 6s are a wash. Then
They have 1 5. 1 4.
I've got 3 5s.
Okay, and they have 1 4. They have 3 3s.
They have 1 4. I've got 2 4s.
Okay, so it sounds like you win, but you encountered some resistance.
I win, but I counter some resistance, and my roll is garbage. Look at that thing.
You got a priest of cord, and he was fighting back. I don't go down easy.
Okay, so that ends up being 11. The 4. That's 7 successes, right?
4 are pushes.
Yep.
4, and then it's 1 more, so 5. So it's 6 successes.
Okay. Ashoka, your spells were required to hamper some of the followers that you guys got into a big kerfuffle with without killing them, as well as to get away. There was a fight and spells were cast as you killed a non-pushover cleric of. You ended up finding out during the battle.
Or at the funeral.
Please be chaotic. Please be chaotic. Please be chaotic.
It was Hextor. I'm sorry, the answer was Hextor.
No, you picked on him because you thought that picking on the guy with the boomy voice would have been good. He turned out to be a cleric of Ola Damara.
You're good. You're good. That's a chaotic guy.
Was in particularly he turned out to be a cleric that blessed wine around the city. And
Oh, he was loved.
Oh, Yuri was upset with him. Oh, he was all about vodka as opposed to wine.
Your blessing fucking up my bets.
yeah, people are very upset at the death of Torin.
I'm just gonna put him on the list of people that Ashoka has killed.
You are not caught, and one of the guys managed to rip off the cloak of your doppelganger, revealing that it was Yuri the Claw.
Oh my!
The cloak that had like the quick change little Velcro bit.
Right. Okay. So that is that. You think that went well? Although murdering spellcasters is always a difficult thing.
Yep.
Ashoka Network. No, that was not the
As
Ashoka.
long as we fooled the victim, we're okay.
The Ashoka Network is guarding the ludus. We're going to save your 15 points. The ludus spy network, word on the streets for Scarab. Give me 4 rolls.
All success.
Okay, so
Pretty decent vital strike, greatsword.
you find out that the Duke became personally interested in the whereabouts of Scarab and has sent his own men to capture him.
Guess who gets to be on the front lines? Okay, the Duke is after Scarab. Does the Duke require, like, fur or, you know, samples?
You just heard that the Duke had made a decree, and he actually made an order about this particular gladiator getting away. Okay, Cid, spying on Yuri.
Yeah.
Question, Marty. Do I get a bonus to my dice because of the ring? Because that ring is a good bonus to helping out here.
So you're saying the ring will allow you to look through walls and have a look at where people are? Sure, I'll give you a bonus die if you're going to utilize the ring.
Yes.
I believe the ring either gives you con damage or fucking makes you tired.
After 10 minutes, one con every minute after the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
So when I think I need it, when things get heavy, I'm using the ring. But I can only use it 10 minutes a day.
Okay.
More if I need to, but I don't need to.
Give me your... actually, hold off on your rolls for a second.
And I want to kind of scope out the danger, kind of like the arena, not just run in and die. Like, see how dangerous is the situation.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what? How many dice does Cid get now?
Cid has
14.
many dice. 14.
So 15 with a ring, or
Yep.
good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes.
Nice.
Okay, you find that Yuri and his
That's pretty good fucking roll.
and his tall boys have relocated to the Greystone House, which is a particular manor in the on the plateau.
Cat.
Do you think that's where Tigglesworth is?
The Greystone Manor, with your successes, is almost like a thieves' fort. Heavy walls, heavy doors, lots of locks. You find traps. I don't know if you keep on trying to make your way into the place or not. There's a particularly deadly entry hallway where there's a bunch of art that's on display, and all the art pieces are trapped, as this is not the way that people normally get into the house. but it looks like it's the way you're supposed to get into the house.
Yeah, no, we'll
Like
we'll
weird little
follow somebody.
statues and like tapestries and a statuette and some art and a gong, and everything is just like your spidey sense went off when you tried to sneak in through that way.
So I'll watch where people go in and out, and go that way.
Okay. Yeah, you find that his tall boys use the servants' entrance to the back.
Okay, I'll sneak in with them when they do that. Yeah, it's fine. Keep going.
You find out that Yuri is hiring people. That money has been leaving the Greystone House as his tall boys have been heading out into the town.
I'm also using my potions, by the way.
Yep. And you get the sense that he is calling up or arranging a lot of men for a conflict, hiring gangs.
Okay, which gangs?
Too numerous for you to follow up on. You spent your action following him. They're arranging messages and payments are heading out, and you just get the sense that these payments are going to this one tough dude surrounded by a bunch of tough dudes, and like 20 men just got hired.
Okay, where's the...
and there were other payments that were going out.
Where's he making the payments from?
The Greystone House.
No, but I mean, does he have is it like, here's a check, or here's like 5 talents?
They're being paid in gold and silver.
So there's a room in there with a lot of money.
Yes, it is also a heavily fortified place that only the tall boys hang out in the kitchen area in the back. They do not wander throughout the rest of the house. With another success, you believe that they have a way out of the house that is not at street level.
We're gonna have to look for some sewers.
We do have a wand to detect secret doors.
I think I also have a potion of detect secret doors, which checks its...
All right, so there are at least 3 or 4 gangs. You also know the strength of the tall boys.
Yeah.
The people that surround Yuri himself include 16 tall boys, a minor, like, you almost want to call him an alchemist, perhaps guy who makes drugs or poisons.
Drake, you betrayed us.
He does have a hired gladiator that is from the Imperial City, and I don't know, just around the neighborhood, maybe about 20 street thugs. These are like little scraps that might help with certain duties. They're more like eyes on the building as opposed to like little street thugs with knives, like stuff that Cid would not be afraid of. But
no, I'm just thinking it would be really funny for Cid to draw his symbol next to his bed.
Yep.
And then teleport in with a telegank group.
You
gank him and teleport out.
Yeah, your symbol is obvious. So the higher gladiator you learn is of a heroic tier.
Heroic gladiator, okay.
Oops.
You guys are hearing all this, right?
Yes. You don't have to repeat it.
Okay.
Unless you're changing the information.
Some sort of Eastern barbarian.
Is the gladiator?
Yep.
Okay.
You overheard Yuri saying he wanted a Corsican, but I guess this one will do. Corsicans are hard to find. He's worried about Magnus. He wanted his own Corsican. They found some other. The sword that this barbarian wields, though, is of a metal called adamantine, and it is the pride of his career.
Oh, how much you want to bet he's got improved Sunder? Just saying.
He likes likes to break your toys.
Yep.
Zed, he's all yours.
The adamantine blade has a weapon. It's called God's Haft. As the metal fell from the sky and then was turned into this vicious greatsword.
Cool.
They're in that building over there.
Yes.
Hey, I found him. Right there.
Okay.
Here's his schedule.
Yuri seems to be preparing.
Oh, I do have detect secret doors, by the way, as a potion.
So his tall boys are going on like quests or whatever. Like they're going off to go deliver messages and things.
Yep. And then sometimes the messages are just messages, and these little scouts or these little street thugs are off running around.
I think it might be fun to just have his tall boys just dominated and wandering the.
I think that would be hilarious.
Just have them wander. Just send them in directions.
All right, Zed is training for his level. Did we subtract the money for that or not?
I believe so. Ledger, hit points, Zed, training, Zed, yes.
Okay. So it's done. Zed is leveled up. Damian is looking into the legalities of what in particular? What happens to Scarab?
No, he's just concerned about any ramifications for the ludus itself.
Got it.
And he just wants to insulate the ludus as much as possible.
Is this investigation, or are you actually preparing a legal defense?
He's got. I haven't used any of my followers or anything. I believe he's got some friends in the clerk's office.
Yeah, give me a second. You might increase your dice with this. It's Damian's legal team. It's funny, but
some paralegals and stuff?
Yeah, he has clerks in the legal office that could do stuff for him. Give me a second. Where did we stick our followers?
Under leadership, isn't it?
Yeah, leadership. So Damian, as of 11th level, has 20 Vatapole soldiers that actually remember Damian in his brief time in the military, and 6 of Phoenix's men.
Hey, he's still in the military. He's just serving in a different capacity.
Phoenix is dead, but you have guys that you could go and
yeah, we're going to be protecting the city very shortly from all these terrible gangs.
All right, you have an aspiring
Vatapole's out of this world.
You have an aspiring duelist that always wants pointers from you. His name is Ravos Helms. There we go. 6 law clerks, expert 2s, led by the junior arbiter of minor nobility, Hans Dietremont, who is a 5th level expert.
Good.
That's 5. It's 6 dice.
Works for me.
All right, so Damian's looking for case law on gladiators that break things who are slaves or mercenaries, and actually
we're under contract.
Under contract mercenary. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me your 20 dice.
Be different than slaves.
Yeah. Because he's not property. He's an employee.
Yep.
Oh, that's a lot of 5s and 6s, 4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
Nice.
That's what you would expect on 26.
Yeah.
Damian finds out that there may be fines because they were your employee, and
is it something I can hold up in court for some time?
Damian figures out the easiest way is to prove that the contract with Scarab ended before he took the actions.
Oh,
you
okay.
need to change a date or actually redo his contract and
Oh,
kind of
we're
forge.
redoing the contract. It says as soon
event
as he
clause.
loses, he is fired.
Yeah, no, or add a clause where it's like if he does anything against the law or against the Duke's law in Vatapol, that he immediately is terminated.
Or
Yes.
does not listen to the commands of one of the masters. Magnus was saying do something and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, that
There you go.
These are things that were not necessarily in there. You guys drafted a very friendly contract to Scarab.
oh yeah, we're doing.
Damian wasn't around to help.
And
with
Damian
it.
wasn't around,
Yeah,
but
Damon's going to backdate like a Disney contract for him. So you will do this, 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 and this, and if you do this, this, and this, you are fired.
yeah, okay. So you basically add in you weather. You'll have to make a forgery check or
The date he's going to do the main things.
yep,
He's got a guy for forgery.
got it.
We're going to him later anyway. So
Got it. Okay, so you're pretty sure now the public blowback of this might be a different problem.
that's nothing. Well, he can help, but just not this week.
Yep. All right. The market guys are trying to buy a ring for Magnus. Give me 4 dice. You need 2 more successes for that ring of Featherfall, Ahmed.
You motherfuckers. Fail.
Okay. Sona is helping train Fleas. Fleas has 9 dice from training and then 8 dice from Sona, so 17 dice. You're looking for 8 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so Fleas is trained and on injury reserve. Magnus has his fight with Ugg. Looks like we've done everything here. Now, RP encounters. Okay, so let's go back to Ashoka sendings. Have any of those been prepared? This is like 5 days of spellcasting, so
We'll sketch it.
Yep.
Back all that. Give me a second.
who are you talking to, and what's the gist?
The gist, it's going to be Trigglesworth.
Who?
Sorry, Mark gave me a name.
Mr. It's
Tiggs.
Tiggleton. Yeah, Mr. Tiggs or Mr. Tiggleton.
Tiberius Tiggleton, because I saw him,
Yep.
so I can send to him. As it's basically going to be Tiberius Tiggleton, and then there'll be one to Yuri the Claw, and then there'll be one to Phineas. Basically, the Phineas one is going to be like don't lose. Thanks for the updates. Don't lose track of him. Busy this week, kind of thing.
Got it. Okay, so what's interesting is what is Phineas up to during this time? So let's look back in time.
He must be in Bayed or by now, or he might be going
No,
back.
he's
actually.
still in Citadel by the lake. You haven't gone off on your questing yet.
Oh, so I haven't received the notification yet.
Yes, you
Because-
did because they had hopped
Oh,
around.
we did. We backtracked. That's right.
Okay.
'Cause of fights.
All right. So then it was basically going to be a touch point with Phineas.
Phineas is preparing to go on that final push towards Kafrania.
Okay.
Does Phineas
Cool.
say anything? Does he tip his hand or like say about what he's up to, or is he just keeping things
No,
things
no,
cordial with
he
Ashoka?
doesn't. He doesn't really think Ashoka would be interested.
Any warnings about the Shadow War or anything like that?
Just stay away from the Duke, but I think everybody knows that by now.
Okay. There is a weird thing about stay away from the Duke.
Best avoid the Duke. He is corrupted, I suspect.
All right. We're going to do another sending because I got like 10 of them per day if I want. I could send cannon.
I'm on the can. Fuck off.
Still, 10 minutes later, they just immediately cast the next one. It's 10
Exactly.
minutes.
I
Should be done
read.
by
I
now.
read while on while on the chamber pot.
No,
This is my me time. Fuck off.
if you're going that far east, try to pick up Pennywise if you could.
Oh, yes, of course. Can't have him running around anymore, can we?
Yes.
Could Phineas have... it's too late. Never mind.
So at some point, Ashoka will send, and all you hear back is, "We're all gonna die."
Not now! And he's like casting a spell.
I need my bag of things!
All right. During the week that Phineas was basically at Terra's Lane doing with his thumb up his ass, could he have taken an afternoon to go back, get a piece of... we had stuff from Pennywise from his cell, so he could scry on him when the time is right?
Sure. Is this written down somewhere that you had stuff for
I
Pennywise?
remember we did it.
He had a cell, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm going to check. It might actually be in... I'll make sure it's not already on his sheet.
So Ashoka does have certain things, but he doesn't have Pennywise stuff, because we had a wizard at that point. He does have Damian blood, just in case he needs to use that for something. And Grizak poo.
Just cause.
You don't want to scry on that guy. It's
Yeah.
never gonna be pretty.
So I have scrying bits. Prentice Pennywise, 13 castings. And
Okay,
also 4 for Sabros the Blackheart.
So you already have these things. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you don't even need them. They're on you.
Alright,
You're
yeah,
like,
so
oh
I-
yes, in my lab.
Just grabbing a quick thing here.
Ah, that's what PP stands for. Now I get it. I forgot.
I must have wrote these labels while I was high. Okay. Descending to Yuri.
Use the good attack.
How are you holding up, Yuri? I like it's. We could do a short conversation because I'm going to send a bunch of them. How are you holding up, Yuri? Seems things are relatively calm. No hot feelings, eh? There's a bluff in there because there's hard feelings. So.
So hard.
I'm starting to feel like groom left at altar. It is not good that instead of paying me the money that that you owe me, does he owe you? Do you owe him money?
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That you burn down my bar. That you burn down my bar. It make Yuri feel not so nice. Don't worry, you'll be receiving a note shortly. I have had to, given the extreme nature of this, had to escalate such things. And he just another spell, so fucking.
Yep. I think we might put it there. That reminds Ashoka he needs to buy a wedding dress because he keeps talking about being a bride. So we need to get him a wedding dress.
Okay,
So
you send
next-
you send a servant out to get a wedding dress. Spend
Yep,
as
we're
much
gonna
as they
send
want.
like just a cheap, nasty ass peasant's wedding dress,
All right.
secondhand. It's gotta be white. We have it delivered to Yuri.
Okay. Any other sendings?
Yeah. To Tiberius Tiggleton. And this one I'm gonna type out.
voice for Tiggs. Look at this picture.
All right. All right. So, the sending. There has been impoliteness recently, most unfortunate. Yuri's drinking appears to have gotten the better of him. Is it time for new management? Ashoka Moruya.
Interesting.
I warned Yuri that I was going to tell his boss on him because he was getting fucking shit on when he was during the inspection. Alright, now we'll stick this into party pages. I think there's a sending log in here somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
There is a considerable pause. Let's see. I'll type up the response.
I can't see it. It's under communications. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say this communications tab. I'm like carrying stuff. I'm trying to get to my unmute.
I'm in the party pages. Like, it's not in here.
It's not in there. No.
Obviously going to be more nuanced than eat shit and die, Snake Man. Which is what we got from Mama Bloodbear. See, if we were pacing this a little bit slower, there would have been like investigation into the meaning of shit pies.
Your
Culturally
actions,
speaking.
your actions are surprising, Nagaji. The color of your scales is interesting, but this disruption cannot be tolerated. A message has already been sent. T. He seemed really annoyed.
You can be annoyed.
Give me a sense motive.
Let's see. You already pulled the ripcord too soon. Sensing motives. Oh, God! I suck at this one. Forgot. Right. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17. That's not too bad. 32.
Oh, you got a thing where you can roll twice?
Yes, I do. I've got a whole bunch of like diplomacy and lie powers.
He was annoyed, but your sending was not expected.
He might have been under the guise that he was disassociated from this, or he might have assumed I thought he was disassociated.
There was a slight bit of interest that the annoyance may have masked. This whole message has already been sent is a strange way of making you nervous.
Well then.
Perhaps triggers have already been pulled.
Yep. Well, don't worry. My enemies can wear their white wedding dresses of I give up when they feel the need to give it up.
Okay, so all right. So that was Ashoka. Magnus wanted to talk to the gladiators, and it looked like Zed is also talking to the gladiators. So there's a big gathering of the gladiators as as you guys want to go and chat with them.
Yeah. Magnus wants to chat with Sona.
Okay, just Sona.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well you find Zed in the middle of a pep talk. I can't seem to find
Enough of
Zed's-
this shit.
Where's-
Scarab was never one of us. We are doing a job. And this is the job we do. We fight and we follow the rules. We will not lose matches because we did not follow the rules of the match. That is a stupid thing to do, and it is not good for any of us.
Magnus is standing behind Zed and he's going like this.
Sona manages to like hide his smile.
I know.
As soon as he sits back, he's like, he's right. Screw you, Magnus.
We should... Scarab lost because he refused to follow the instructions of the judges. He then took violent actions that put us all at risk. Do you not agree, Magnus?
Oh yeah, he acted like a complete asshole. And I told him, hey, come on, get down, and I didn't do anything. And then he flew off and blew shit up. That was surprising. I mean, I knew he's angry, but I was really angry.
This is an important lesson. He's looking at Zargon. Where is
If you don't
Scarab?
follow the rules, it's gonna end up biting you in the ass. Most of the time.
Scarab could not contain his flame, and that outburst has led to him being removed from here, removed from treasure, from power, from people.
I was not aware about rules about flying in the arena, although it's not very sporting. Did the rules
The judges
change?
did indicate that he should land.
Ah,
The imps.
So did I.
In all fairness, if you're fighting for your life, you're probably not caring too much about the guy 20 feet away yelling along with the other 20,000 people yelling.
Oh, you know, the lawful neutral guy thinks it's pretty straightforward. The guy says land in the thing, and you land.
no flying, says Droll as he tried to dimly wrap his head around it. Only flying for short hops.
Big jumps.
We'll tie up your wings when you're not allowed to fly.
No like wings tied up.
No, it's not too bad. It's kind of like, think of it like underpants for your wings. It'd be okay.
Zargon's
You know, for your
got a
like
grin.
an orc, just sort of out there, kind of flopping.
I'm not an orc, and
He kind of he punches Freeze in the shoulder.
Ow!
What's going to happen to him? Says Nova.
Don't know. Oh, not sure. He's gone. He flew off. Can't find him.
He will likely be hunted as a criminal, by whom we do not know yet. It might end up being by us.
Shall we ask a question? I'm not sure if it's time for us to ask a question. Well, put up your hand then. I'll put up my hand. You keep your hand down, otherwise it just looks like we're giving up. Yeah, all right. You lift your hand.
I understand that.
Go ahead. You ask me a question.
Oh, hey, Mr. Magnus, sir. Is it Mr.? He looks like a Mr.